The assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10, 2025, sent shockwaves through the political landscape. A conservative activist addressing thousands at Utah Valley University, Kirk was a vocal figure, closely aligned with former President Donald Trump. His death immediately ignited fierce speculation, with many questioning the motive behind such a brazen act. The arrest of Tyler Robinson, the alleged shooter, was presented as a swift resolution, yet the lingering questions surrounding the incident's true nature never fully dissipated. This was not merely a local crime, it was an event with national implications, and the judicial process that followed would be scrutinized on every level. Tyler Robinson, the man accused of pulling the trigger, now sits at the center of this legal maelstrom. Prosecutors allege Robinson shot Kirk during his address, a claim supported by initial forensic evidence. However, Robinson's defense team, led by Michael Burt, has consistently challenged the reliability of key DNA testing, even as FBI forensics expert Lawrence Quarino testified to its extreme accuracy. This battle over scientific certainty foreshadowed a larger conflict brewing within the preliminary hearing in Provo, Utah, a conflict over what evidence would truly be allowed to shape public perception and the eventual verdict. The stage was set for a confrontation far beyond simple guilt or innocence. The most pivotal figure to emerge in this preliminary hearing is Lance Twiggs, identified as Tyler Robinson's former romantic partner and roommate. Twiggs' testimony was anticipated to be a cornerstone of the prosecution's case, potentially offering an unparalleled glimpse into Robinson's mindset, actions, or even a direct account of the killing itself. The very nature of their relationship suggested a depth of knowledge that few others could possess, making Twiggs' words invaluable. His scheduled video deposition, set to be played in court on Thursday morning, July 9, 2026, promised to be the most explosive moment of the proceedings, yet it would never be seen in its entirety. Just as the video testimony was about to be presented, Judge Tony Graff Jr. issued a stunning order: portions of Lance Twiggs' deposition must be redacted. This decision came after repeated, vehement objections from the defense, who argued that public release of the unedited statements would severely prejudice Robinson's right to a fair trial. The prosecution, initially caught off guard, opted to delay playback, ensuring full compliance with the court's instructions. This judicial intervention immediately transformed a critical piece of evidence into a shrouded mystery, raising immediate questions about the nature of the information deemed too sensitive for public consumption. What secrets did the judge decide to hide? The judge's redaction order was met with visceral emotion from Charlie Kirk's family. Erica Kirk, his widow, exchanged tearful embraces with her mother-in-law, Kathy Kirk, as the implications of the decision settled. Their family attorney, Jeff Neiman, then rose to address the court, a significant move marking his first direct intervention in the proceedings. Neiman passionately argued for the unedited video to be played, demanding that it be shown for all the world to see. He contended that showing only a redacted version would inevitably fuel doubt and distrust, undermining the very transparency the justice system is meant to uphold. The family's plea underscored the profound weight of the hidden information. The central question now gripping the public and legal observers is what precisely lies within the redacted segments of Lance Twiggs' testimony. Could it reveal a deeper motive, perhaps a political one, that implicates other actors? Does it contain details of Robinson's state of mind that challenge the narrative of a lone, isolated assailant? Or does it expose a wider conspiracy, connecting the assassination to more profound geopolitical forces? The defense's insistence on secrecy, coupled with the family's desperate plea for full disclosure, suggests the redacted content is not merely procedural but fundamentally alters the understanding of the crime, potentially pointing to uncomfortable truths that extend far beyond the courtroom. This battle over redactions highlights a fundamental tension within the legal system, the right to a fair trial versus the public's right to transparency. Defense attorneys like Michael Burt are obligated to protect their client from undue public prejudice, arguing that sensationalized evidence could taint a jury pool. Conversely, the Kirk family, through attorney Jeff Neiman, champions judicial transparency, fearing that selective disclosure could obscure justice and foster mistrust in the proceedings. Judge Graff's decision navigates this precarious balance, but the very act of withholding information, regardless of legal justification, inevitably breeds suspicion and intensifies the desire to uncover what is being protected. The precedent set here could impact future high-profile cases. Adding another layer of complexity to the trial is the ongoing dispute over forensic evidence. While Agent Brian Davis of the State Bureau of Investigation and FBI expert Lawrence Quarino vouched for the extreme reliability of DNA linking Robinson to the murder weapon, defense lawyer Michael Burt continued to question its precision. This strategic challenge to the bedrock of scientific evidence serves to chip away at the prosecution's narrative, creating an environment where doubt can flourish. In a case where a key witness's testimony is now partially hidden, the reliability of every other piece of evidence becomes paramount, forcing the court to meticulously weigh each detail against the backdrop of an incomplete picture. Charlie Kirk's assassination was never just a local crime, it carried significant geopolitical undertones from its inception. As a close ally of President Trump, his public platform and influence meant his death resonated far beyond Utah. The possibility that Lance Twiggs' redacted testimony contains information that could expose political motivations, wider networks, or even external influences, elevates this case from a domestic murder trial to a matter of national security and political stability. If the hidden truth points to a broader agenda, the implications for American politics, public trust, and even international relations could be profound. The court's decision on redactions, therefore, becomes a shield not just for a defendant, but potentially for an entire narrative. Regardless of what the redacted video actually contains, its very existence and the battle surrounding it have already reshaped the Kirk assassination trial. The public, fueled by headlines and the family's impassioned pleas, will inevitably question the integrity of a process that withholds information. This creates an environment where speculation thrives, and the eventual verdict, whatever it may be, will forever be viewed through the lens of what was unseen. The judge's order, intended to preserve a fair trial, may inadvertently sow deeper seeds of distrust, leaving the ultimate truth obscured and the legacy of Charlie Kirk's death forever entangled in a web of unanswered questions and suppressed evidence. The impact of this decision is far-reaching and potentially irreversible, challenging the very foundations of public justice. The question of who truly benefits from the secrecy surrounding Lance Twiggs' testimony looms large. Is it solely Tyler Robinson, as the defense argues, to ensure an unbiased jury? Or are there other powerful interests, perhaps political or organizational, that stand to gain from keeping certain details out of the public domain? The high-profile nature of Charlie Kirk and his political affiliation suggests that the stakes extend far beyond a single defendant. The redactions, therefore, become more than just a legal maneuver, they become a potent symbol of information control, raising critical questions about the forces at play behind the scenes of one of the most politically charged murder trials in recent memory. The fight for the truth continues, but a significant portion of it remains deliberately hidden from view. Remember what we said at the start about what they're fighting to hide. Now you understand the immense power of that hidden truth and why its suppression could change everything.